Hello, amazing humans in the world. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. So, listen, I'm actually going to be answering a direct question shared by one of you. Thank you for sending those in. And how you can use the work of Neville to manifest. And the question is fundamentally about health, right? And so, here's a couple things here. Okay, when we're dealing with health, the first and foremost thing is to understand, and this is very weird to hear because our culture trains us otherwise, okay, that you are not your body. Or a positive way to hear that is you are more than your body, okay? That means our body is part of our manifestations, meaning our beliefs about human experience and even the human body will find their ways to show up in our life. So if you start seeing everybody around you aging, and then as they age, they ache more, and so on and so forth, you're going to experience this because you've ingested it as the truth. You have formed a body of beliefs, which Neville calls a state, around the idea of aging and aching together. Notice what's happening here, okay? You are uniting and fusing ideas. Now, we're doing that in and throughout every single day. Neville says this, right? We are bouncing in and out of states, okay? I don't like to use the word state because it sounds so confusing and abstract, but I do like to use the word body of beliefs, which again are still from Neville's words. And so to fully grasp what's going on is that we're fusing ideas everywhere we go, every moment of every day, because we're learning or we're not wanting to learn, whatever it is, we're fusing these ideas together. This is what the biblical, esoteric, mystical language of sex is in the Bible. It's about fusion. It's about belief fusion, okay? And so you're fusing, like, for example, oh my gosh, all rich people are jerks. Well, you've just fused actually not one idea. You've fused actually probably more than two, but the two major ones that you hear is rich people are jerks, right? And so then you're going to experience that, right? You are literally activating the reticular activating area of your brain. You're waking it up and saying, go out and look for this. And then not only that, the more that you tell your reticular activating system, the area of your brain, to go focus on things out there like that, and the more it repeats that process, you get dopamine for it. Yes, you get rewarded for even creating and fusing new bodies of beliefs that don't serve you. Okay? You need to hear this because then we just become addicts at bad thinking. That's really what it's about. So when it comes to health, right, we have the idea that for some way and some reason, our culture is the doctor, the dentist, and all of these people are somehow the highest authority on human health. Now, it does not mean that if you are a doctor or a nurse or someone in the medical field that you should not be taking your job seriously, or that somehow people don't ever need to go to a doctor or so on and so forth. I'm not a medical a trained person, and I'm not giving you any advice along those lines whatsoever, because your bridge of incidents, a concept that I'm going to be sharing on later in a different video, which just simply means your journey towards getting your fulfilled desire, might lead you to take you to a doctor, right? Now, and again, that's going to be based upon your beliefs as well. Do you believe doctors are the ultimate authority on healing your body? And so on and so forth. Again, not giving you medical advice, but let's move forward. So let's use the work of Neville Goddard to get in the state, that means the body of beliefs that come with a perceptive lens. That means a way of perceiving and interpreting things around you, that my body is already healed. It's already healed, okay? So that means that you are walking in the state or the body of beliefs of already being a person who has 100% health everywhere you go. Okay, that's what the word persist means. You're persisting in the state of the wish fulfilled. And for you, that's full health. Okay, so that means when something comes up, your body feels weird, it's doing something, and this is going to be very tempting to give it the meaning of it aches, it hurts, right? And again, this is not about denial. What it is about drenching your subconscious with, and this is Neville's technique. He actually says to drench and intensify your scenes, right? What is he talking about? He's actually talking about two things. You're drenching it with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. For you that want health, it's full health, okay? You're drenching it with the feelings, more than one, right, of the wish fulfilled, okay? But then the second part of that drenching is you got to drench it to the point where the feelings turn into conviction, meaning the self-belief that you are 100% healed, right, in this moment, now, right? And so, of course, you start all of that within, and what you do is you choose 3 to 5 scenes that are proof to you that you are already healed. So, right, let's say if you get some sort of leg injury. Well, imagine if you have kids, then maybe a scene is you playing soccer with them and you're having an amazing time, maybe even said a joke or whatever it is, right? And so that's from the end. So it's not you going to the doctor and saying you're fine, right? Because one, that has you going to the doctor, right? But you are actually already living a vibrant, biologically healthy life where you're experiencing this avatar at its highest point of health. Okay, so it's always going to the end. It's not going in the middle, which would be, oh, well, I just got okayed from the doctor. Well, that's not really what you want. What you want is after that, right? And so that's what it means to live in the end, after getting your wish fulfilled. Okay, so after knowing that you're healthy, after, having your lungs working perfectly, after, right, being able to run fully and energetically, after being able to do 100 push-ups, right? And so when you are focusing on health, the temptation is to focus on your body, right? And so what you have to do, though, is you have to realize I am more than my body. But what does that mean? Well, I am more than my body quite literally means that there's more to me, and that more is the imagination, which is called God, Jesus, source, love, whatever you want to use to make sense of this being, right? But this is the active being, okay? And so you have to be creative. You have to be actively aware of what you're thinking throughout the day. You have to watch your inner conversations, right? If you watch, for example, if you have an ache and your brain goes to something's wrong, then you're still in the state of not being healthy, right? But if you have created these 3 to 5 scenes, which, by the way, become your new memories that overlay, okay? What does that mean? So every time now that you hear an ache, you say, nope, that didn't happen. Because I remember I created the scene where I was playing soccer with my son and having a beautiful moment, and I was physically running and everything felt perfect within me, right? And again, you rehearse this scene as long as it takes for you to get into self-convincing that you are already healed, okay? So that doesn't mean that you go outside in the 5 minutes after this, unless it fully heals, right, and go play soccer to try to test it out. Let it heal as well. So my point here is that if you are dealing with any health-related issues at all, first port of call, know that you are more than your body. Accept that. That is the first port of call. If you can't do that, it's going to be very hard. Okay, because you're going to simply just identify through the body, which means you're going to identify through the ego, which means your ego is going to want to protect you. That's its job. Its whole evolutionary creation and its birth is all about self-protection. So it's going to give you a meaning that says, uh-oh, something's wrong. Rather than, oh, hey, things are great. That means it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a second for you to get into that state, right? Unless you've already practiced this before, okay? And so what you have to realize is that, okay, if I need to go and do stretching to feel better, then I'll go do the stretching. But while you're doing the stretching or while you're doing the physical therapy, whatever it is, be in the state of the wish fulfilled, right? Feel relief, right? So if you go and see a physical therapist during this whole process, okay, maybe that's part of your journey to getting healed. But while you're doing it, why not? Why not be in the state of the wish fulfilled, which would be joy, right? That's what you'd be feeling, and maybe even the feeling of connection, because if you're doing it based on the example I just shared, then you are actually playing, soccer with your favorite person, which is your son, and you're feeling connected, and you're feeling joy, and you're feeling meaning, and you're feeling trust in your body. Take all of those emotions with you and bundle them together while you're going to physical therapy, because there's nothing wrong with feeling those feelings, right? And that has nothing to do with letting go. Whenever Neville says, or whenever in manifestation you're told to let go, do not let go of those feelings. That's just odd. What you do is you let go of the old ideas, the old limiting beliefs. And then if it comes back again, then what you do is you now have to do some deep inner investigation of saying, where did I get that belief? And even if you can't fully pinpoint it, that's okay. But you can probably get a generic idea of, oh, I grew up and I always saw my grandfather sick, or whatever it is, right? And so it's going to pinpoint you or point you towards an idea, right, that you have accepted as true. All right. And so listen, there's way more to this. And if you need coaching, this is what I'm here for. I believe in what I do. You know, yes, I do charge, but I'm not here just to make money. I believe in what I do, right? And so I want you to be successful in every way, shape, or form, health-wise, money-wise, business-wise, life-wise. So get in touch and share with me any other concerns or anything else that you want me to explore. Thank you again for all of your comments. You all are amazing, and much love to you. Be safe.